All right.
Good evening, everyone.
All right.
All right.
And it's been a little bit, not too long since we went live, and of course, is there a commercial we're waiting on? We might be waiting on a commercial. We're not. Okay. So we got a few people in here, so just come on in. We'll wait a little bit. Come on in. Bill Coleman's already said hello, and Marshall and Alyssa. I guess I said that right.
Straight up sips.
Straight up sips. Good to see you guys. They got over 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
And pretty soon they'll be passing us all up. And there's John Shank.
Good evening, John. How are you?
So there's Straight Up Sips. If you haven't subscribed to him, I think everybody on here now has, but you need to.
Well, if you haven't, please do.
Subscribe twice. You can go ahead and do that. And then we got John. Good to see you. So we got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. Went to Deadwood, South Dakota.
Amazing trip.
It was a lot of fun. Long drive, but it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
So if you saw the thumbnail, you can see that the bottles that we picked up, a lot of those came from Derek and Cindy Stephan, who they say they're not going to be able to make it in tonight. But we'll review them all, and I'm not going to taste them all because if we did, I'd be under the table, not behind the table. So cheers, Scott. How are you?
Good evening, Scott and Christy.
And Christy. Scott and Christy are both there, so good to see them.
Yes, good to see
as
you.
Always. And Bill says, "Yep, Bill, the show has started."
Hello, Bill. Good evening. Welcome in, sir.
I don't know what kind of a show this is, but I guess it's some kind of show.
Some kind of bourbonish show.
I just wanted to. I was thinking. Well, there's Kenokid.
Well, hello, Kenokid. How are you?
Says she's with my mom. She's out from Florida for Mother's Day. Nice. I can't stay, but wanted to say, hey, we love you, man.
Thank you. And tell
Candy.
Keno Mama hello and Candy hello.
And everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Good people.
Thanks for stopping in. And there's Roger Randall.
And if you haven't subscribed to Kenokid, go watch him. He's fun. Got great personality. Candy. They're funny. They're great people.
Have very fun vlogs. Roger is in here.
He says we're on a whole. I don't know what level that's at. I don't know. I don't know.
We just like to have fun and try bourbons and hunt bourbons and travel and
As you can tell, my passion is making videos, like travel videos or content of whatever. Yeah. But I like bourbon, so we hunt bourbon, and that has taken us a long way, brought us a whole lot of different new people, which we love. And so when I was setting up everything tonight, I started thinking about, gosh, all the stuff people are sending me, and then the Patreon memberships are growing. We got a new Patreon member, Terry Meyer, who's been in on the chats, and there's Terry now.
And there he is.
And so it's a good time to start talking about Terry, and
his wife Sue.
Yeah, and Sue. They sent us a card, and so this is just this bottle we didn't pick up on trip. This one came in the mail today. Yeah. So we get home.
Got it today.
And we got it off the front porch today. And then I'm going to talk about PJ here in just a little bit too. Just a quick pop in. I need to get my mom something. I just got home. I have to rewatch later. Cheers. All right. And we'll talk about you a little bit later, PJ, too. It's because, So I was thinking about all the stuff that people have sent us over the last year, and it's just overwhelming. I know I'll probably leave somebody out. I'll try not to, but let's talk about what Terry Meyer just sent us. One of the coolest looking bottles I've ever seen. It's called Dragon's Milk Origin. It's a small batch bourbon whiskey, and I forget where was this? Is it Minnesota or what is it? I forget. Let me see. Because I was reading on this label. It's aged in charred American oak barrels because it's from the Dragon, so it's going to be charred.
Of course. Wouldn't expect any
It's
less.
Michigan, so it's Michigan. And it has it's really cool little inscription on the back, but let me show you this bottle up close. So if I can get in here.
I have to notice the dragon scales.
Yes.
On it. Which I thought was like really cool.
It's like dragon scales. That is so cool.
BJ will be back in 30 minutes, he said.
That is a cool bottle. I hate to even open up something as pretty as that. It's so nice. So pretty. But we're gonna open
Terry
it up
and
anyway.
Sue.
And then I was thinking about PJ. PJ says, "Give me 30 minutes. I'll be back." Maybe he wants us to wait, and we'll talk about him, but a little bit. And so, should we open this right away with Terry? Try it out. He's wanting us to try it out. We got so many more to try or to show you.
Yeah.
So
some we'll try, some we'll just talk about it and show you because we'll have to save some for the next time.
Yeah, because that pretty much this whole thing is going to be about like bottles people giving me, things like Bill Coleman.
Yeah.
Bill Coleman's done so much I can't even begin.
Yeah, and if y'all weren't here last time, we did a bottle that Bill sent us, the 10 cup 14er.
Yes.
So that was awesome.
Sitting on that shelf. I think what I'm gonna do is make a shelf. I told Tina, and I worked in the storage building yesterday for a long time. It's looking pretty good so far. Just really the first time it's starting to look good. It's gonna be cool. But I'm gonna have one shelf that's just gonna be gifted bottles that people gave me, and so that's really cool. And but I'm gonna try to open this thing up. Look at there, I didn't have to use the knife.
Yeah, where is your knife, by the way? I was gonna
Should be right here. So this bottle is, I'm just going to read a little bit. This the print on this really small. It says the story of Dragon's Milk began by venturing into the unknown as one of the first innovators to age beer in bourbon cask. So that's where they do a lot of different distilling. So they aged beer in bourbon cask. Now we travel further, exploring the spirit that crafted a legend. It says, in a modern world dominated by column steel bourbon, we again opted for the road less traveled, distilling on a Prohibition era pot still. So this traditional method allowed us to produce true small batch bourbons, always bottled at the pinnacle of flavor in batches of 100 barrels or less. So they took, a lot of times when they say a small batch, heck, that could be 1,000 bottles. 1,000 barrels. This is about 100 barrels. And I guess the blender, the master distiller, I need to go check him out again, read about him. I wasn't familiar with his name, but evidently he's kind of a sort of a legend in the industry. So anyway, we're going to try this. And I said, what did I say, 95 proof? I already forgot. or 94 proof. $95 proof. So 95 proof, this cool bottle from Terry Meyer, who just gifted that to us. And there's Steve. So hey Steve, how are you?
Steve, how are you this evening? Glad you could make it in.
PJ said something, I must have missed it because let's see.
He said shelf for Bill Coleman.
Nah.
And Bill said no. Lots of nice people.
Well,
give him
PJ's
malt whiskey. That's right.
He's giving me whiskey too, so you're right, Bill. And
Named after people, so are shelves of whiskey. Just like football stadiums are named after people, we can name our shelves after people.
So here's the cork pool on this Dragon's Milk Origin small batch whiskey.
Oh, you gotta get.
I should be able to just come off here. Here we go. This one's going out. Obviously, Patreon member Terry Meyer. Ooh, that was good.
Nice.
That was good. And it's got one of those rubber corks, kind of like New Riff does that.
Yeah.
So let me get a glass. We better get a Frontiersman glass for this.
Absolutely. And there's Tater Dom. How are you, Tater?
Tater Dom's in the house. And Steve's in the house.
You.
And Tater Dom's in the house too. So
glad
we
you
got
could join
a few
us
people
tonight.
in here. Now,
solid cork pop. That's right, Marshall.
that was a solid.
And there's
cork pop.
Matthew Cox. Hello, Matthew.
Again, this is what we're trying. Dragon's Milk Origin. Now, we love Terry. He's a Patreon member, but if this stuff is not any good, then I'm going to tell you.
He wants us. He said he wants us to do an honest review.
Smells good. What is that smell? It had a different smell to it.
I get sort of a...
Not like that Western funk. It's just nothing like that. It's just a little bit... kind of light.
There's Matthew.
Matthew Cox. Hey, Matthew. Good to see you, buddy. Always good to see Matthew and Courtney.
Yes, absolutely. Tell Miss Courtney hello.
I don't know if that... I don't know if that's a citrus or...
It kind of... that's kind of... I was going to say light. So it's almost kind of like a citrus... real light.
It's very
fresh.
Yeah, it's a real light nose, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You would think from a dragon.
I know. I was expecting
like some
more charry, but I'm not.
Like a fireball.
Right. I'm not sniffing or
smell a little bit of ethanol.
Char.
Yeah, I'm not getting much char.
But I don't know why I had that in my mind, just because of the...
I'm just going to sip it. One time, sometimes you sip it, and then you go back to sniff again, and you're going to get more flavors will come out. Oh, wow. That was very different. Now, it got like really, really sweet, really, really fast. And then it turned to this like plum, or something like that, like is it peach or plum or something? But then it got real bitter, like right in the back.
I'm getting like like some sweet, but also kind of tangy to me, not like a
almost like a sourness, but
like an orange tang or like a tangy fruit.
Well, now when I go back to smell it, it's really,
you know what I mean?
Orange. Yeah, it's yeah. But
so some citrus tang. How about that? Somebody else may think completely different.
I don't know, but when I taste this on the very back, You know how you're as a kid you would hate to eat prunes because they had that real bitter taste in the back, and sometimes your parents force you to eat. I don't know. Parents don't force anybody to do anything, but then and it may not be prunes. It's some kind of really dry thing, but then it gets a little bitterness in the back.
Would you say?
But I like it a lot. I mean, I
would
really
you say
like it.
like a raisin?
No, it's more. No, it's not like a raisin.
I'm getting sort of citrus, orange, tang. Now that was just my first sip. Let me try again.
I get peaches on that mid palate. I got this peach flavor coming out. What I like about this is I'm getting a lot of different flavors and a lot of different smells on each thing. Bill says, be careful. We might use Flint, Michigan water for that bottle.
Maybe that's the funk.
Let's hope the dragon is going to smooth that out. It says, "Oh, I think I have."
It's definitely citrusy still for me, fruity and smooth. It's really, really.
But you're not getting any bitterness in the back, because I am. It's like once I get to that peachiness, plumminess, kind of like
for me
rotating around, and then it gets real
I kind of
bitter.
get what you're saying, but I'm getting a little bitter in the front, not in the back. When it gets back here is kind of where the fruit flavors come out for me.
God, mine's real bitter.
Citrusy
And
fruit.
It lingers with that bitterness in the back with like almost like not like a peanut, but almost like a dark walnut or something like that. You know how if you peel up the walnut sweet, but sometimes you'll get that little black piece that's like kind of like bitterness. That's what I get in the back.
I get a little bitterness on the front of the tongue, but not in the back.
But it's sweet until then. So but it lingers too. Now it's gonna mess up. Not mess up, but it's gonna be different on the palate. And Matthew Cox says, he goes, "Oh, I think I have a new one of my favorites. That Heaven Hill is so good.
It is good,
and
isn't it, Matthew?
When we went to Benny's and they had it on sale for $40, and I put that up, a lot of people were going out to Benny's to get Heaven Hill for $40.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, that is one great bottle of whiskey.
It is, and that is a heck of a price. Any of you who know or have tried it or bought it or whatever, that is amazing price.
Now, he said all the fathers and sons are at the store doing the same thing. I hear you. So this bottle, I like this Dragon's Milk because it's very unique. It's like, the Redwood Empire has a lot of unique bottles, and I like that because it's not your traditional Kentucky bourbon. I can see myself going to this a lot. It's almost like it's a hidden thing, like a big Sasquatch going through the forest. And there it is, but it's a dragon. It's not a Sasquatch, it's a dragon. You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
Now we're all dumber for having to listen to that. But anyway, what that led into is this shirt that I got on.
I was really into it.
Guys, you can get that into the AEM/Frontiersman. So you can, I think it's Frontiersman or Frontiersman Adventures. I can't remember my own daggone thing. But I think it's into the AEM.
It's in the channel.
.com/Frontiersman. You can look on there. But I'm gonna give that a score of like
man, I can sip that.
I like that a lot. A 79. That's a really good, like I can see myself coming in here say, man, I want to try that again because it's got so many different flavors. Thanks for sharing that, Terry, because that was really cool. So
that is awesome.
Yeah,
I could sip that. like
and
sip on it and be good to go.
So Matthew says it'll always be on his. And there's Roger Randall. Did he just come in? Tina, did you miss him?
No, I showed you earlier.
Patreon member. Roger's in here. So everybody's liking that Heaven Hill bottled in bond, 7 years. And appreciate you guys coming in. Now, what I was saying earlier was, Bill, he's gifted us a bottle of whiskey, like you were talking about the 14er, which we tried previously. And then he donated all this huge Cash-App and YouTube donations, which, guys, I'll just be straight up with you. That really helped us on the trip.
It did.
Gas,
absolutely,
everything. So appreciate that. All the Patreon members and all the YouTube members, if you're just a member, especially for Patreon, that really helps. We use really that money to buy some bottles on the trip. So that it's so nice. Now, then Derek and Cindy, I'm just gonna show you. If you looked at the thumbnail, yeah, you were pretty close. What I give it? 79 or 78?
79.
Yeah, PJ even said he said a 78. So I'm not going to open all these, but Cindy says, hi, we made it back. Well, good.
Well, I'm glad y'all made it, Cindy.
We are glad.
I hope y'all had a wonderful dinner with family.
We're glad you're back. Ron Long, finishing the last of my Heaven Hill bottle bond tonight.
Everybody's on the Heaven
Everybody
Hill.
loves
That's
that.
good.
It is good stuff.
We should just have a Heaven Hill night.
I'm just going to clear myself and just have one bottle of Heaven Hill.
Right.
It's really good. If you hadn't tried it, you need to try it. You need to go get it if you can find it. Now, I'm just going to show you what Derek and Cindy gave us. And I posted it on the, when a couple of them, they took a picture of a couple of bottles on my community page, and I put them on there. But here's one. This was the Maker's Mark, the Banker. And, we might open that tonight.
I'm always excited about
Maker's
a different find for Maker's Mark because they make so many different ones specifically for states and stores and things like that.
And that's 110 proof. So we may try this one. They also gave us an unbelievable, guys, I've been on the hunt. I mentioned to y'all, anybody that follows me said, I always want to get a bottle of this. And then they, oh goodness. He's sipping Ben Holiday soft red wheat. That's one thing I picked.
How about that?
We'll talk about that in a little bit because we may try that.
We'll pick that up on our trip.
Yeah. We picked that up on the way with Patreon help. This is what I've never scored this. I've had tastes of it 3 different times. And I've always loved this bottle.
That's right, John. That's a good point. That's a good point. It's kind of like a baseball card or a Pokemon card collection or
oh my God. Well, actually they had one in Kansas. It was from this store, the Dog House.
Yeah.
And it was a pick by the Dog House. And I'm like, I'm not doing it.
Like
I've got so many different Maker's Marks. I'm
like
tired of the stage.
We've got to try the ones that we have.
Yeah. Well,
all the ones.
I've got
pretty much all the ones.
Yeah, we've tried them. I'm pretty sure we have. But you're right, John. That's a good point. Now, what I've been talking about is this bottle right here. This is one of my most prized possessions. Elmer T. Lee.
Unbelievable.
I almost don't want to open it, but I'm not gonna open it tonight because I want to open it with my son, who's been in some videos. So
Since we didn't get to try it with Derek and Cindy.
Yeah, we didn't. Or I'll just open it till we see them again. Either way. But gosh, maybe Daniel will come in and join us on a live.
Maybe he'll do a live.
Do a live with us, and we can try this sometime. So, like I said, my bourbon hunting might be coming to an end. I found this. Well, I didn't find it. Derek and Cindy bought it from. So they bought me that Maker's Mark. They bought me Elmer T. Lee. Here's another unbelievable bottle that they got us. Elijah Craig 18.
Another amazing find. Thank you guys again.
Guys, my bourbon hunting's over. I don't need to look for anything else. I got Elmer T. Lee and Elijah Craig 18. I'm done. I got all kind of whiskey. Plus, I got Dragon's Milk.
That's right.
So we're in good shape. And I got my 14er. So the theme of this is that, guys, we've been blessed.
Yes.
I mean, we've been given so many bottles.
Absolutely.
People have gifted us so much. And if that wasn't enough, some of y'all, if y'all know whiskey, you're going to like this one too. Rock Hill Farms, single barrel bourbon. That's another Buffalo Trace bottle.
And you cannot find it.
And that's very hard to find. And if you do, you're going to usually pay a big price. Yeah. So with that, just cherry on top, I didn't think I'd ever own this bottle.
That was a complete surprise. Yeah. They kept that one, I think, kind of hidden from us.
Yeah, they did. Well, they told me about it, and I'm like, man, dang, you got to keep that bottle. That's a great bottle.
Oh, yeah.
And then they come over and they give it to me.
Yep.
Unbelievable. There's some really, really great bottles. We might just open this one tonight. Or Elijah Craig, I'll let them vote. We might just open one of those two.
Which one should we do first? Cindy, Derek, you should say.
Yeah, let's vote on this.
Let's vote.
Which one y'all want me to try tonight? Rock Hill Farms. I've never tried that. Or Elijah Craig, which I have tried.
Elijah Craig 18.
The Elijah Craig 18.
Cindy votes Rock Hill.
Rock Hill Farms. Yep, those are definitely some.
Kevin Link. Well, thanks
awesome
for coming
bottles.
in, Kevin. And he votes Elijah Craig.
All right.
And then, there's Kevin, Vegas Visual.
So we got Rock Hill, 2 Rock Hill. Hang on, I'm missing back on my.
Horsey first.
Cindy said Rock Hill. Ron Long said Rock Hill. Then Kevin said Elijah Craig. Then Vegas Visual, who's Kevin is here.
Yeah.
He said Horsey first.
That's Rock Hill.
That's Rock Hill.
I think Rock Hill has it.
And then we had 2 more. Scott said Rock Hill. Bill said Rock Hill. Straight Up Sid said Rock Hill. So, all right. We got to go with that.
Yep. We'll go with that first.
Thanks for coming in, Kevin. Now, guys, sometimes I think I make videos, then I watch what Kevin does at Vegas Visual. It's like 8 documentaries, man. It's really some really good stuff.
Really great.
And I don't
Vegas
watch it
history.
as much as I should, but when I do watch, I'm like, dang, this is good.
It's like
great.
a full, TV show.
Vegas history. He's done like the gangsters. It's really
amazing.
good. So,
love watching it.
So he's really good. And so, all right. So they said throw this out in the trash.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, keep it.
Yeah.
That's
fine. Next. Leave it right here.
That might be. We might just keep that for Samuel's college fund. My grandson. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Now let's see. This has got I better get Bill's knife. I think I put it in the drawer right here.
That one's pretty secured up. But here's a little. Oh, here. Might be stealing your thunder.
Yeah, but this is also on the theme. Well, we didn't need this knife. And Courtney and Matt, I took that knife. Well, I took this one too, but I think Courtney and Matt's knife, the Bigfoot knife they gave me, Frontiersman. That's still in my backpack from our trip. And so we got it open. We don't even need a knife. Look at there. This thing's been kind of loose, I think, anyway. Kind of leaking. But it doesn't seem like it's leaking. Mm-hmm. All right. Since Derek and Cindy, I think they're still here.
Here we go.
Not only did they give us bottles, they gave us rooms in the motel.
Yes, they did.
At the, man, you talking about a beautiful
nice gift.
Motel room.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we had a beautiful motel room one time when we were in Hawaii and Maui.
Yeah.
And we could open up and see the beach. Our room in Hawaii, it was just beautiful. But now, this is in South Dakota. And Deadwood, that was beautiful. It was cold sometimes, but it was just a beautiful.
So amazing to be back there, and it's a place that you want to continue to go back to. It's so amazing, so rich with history, and just so laid back. Yeah. A lot of fun.
That Rebel cast strength is very good. I can't remember what I scored it. I can look it up in a little bit, but that's a good bottle. That Rebel cast strength, I really like that a lot. It's good stuff, and I was actually surprised that it was that good when I reviewed it. So let's do this cork pull to Cindy and Derek. Ooh. Oh, nice. That was major strong.
That is a heck of a lid and cork.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that thing. It's like.
You want to hold it?
It's like.
Smells good, don't it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, look at this, y'all. Look at that. It's like. It's huge.
Walt is the whiskey whisperer.
Oh my Lord.
That was a good pop. And
yes. Here is another Frontiersman glass for me.
Yeah, let's use this one. Guys, you can get a Frontiersman glass by joining up as a Patreon member. These are cool.
Get it for free.
Cool glasses.
And if you want to just can you buy Teesprings or
no, you can't get them at Teesprings.
Okay. I didn't not.
You can email me and say you want one, and I can send it.
Yeah.
There's been a couple people that emailed me and said they wanted one. All right, and they're about $25, but you can get them signed up for Patreon for like $3, $6, or $9 or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Rock Hill Farms. This is 100 proof. It's a single barrel. So out of Buffalo Trace Distillery, they don't give you a lot. But I think that it has like a excuse me, a rye content of like 12 to 15%, which is a little unusual, but
there is Buffalo. Ronnie C. Hey,
Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie C.
Welcome
good to see you.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Always good to see Ronnie C. Oh man, that smells very good. It smells like a Buffalo Trace to another level. I'm talking about the Buffalo Trace whiskey. It's got that cool, nice little mash bill to it.
Oh yeah.
It
smells good. What am I getting?
I'm just getting, it's like caramel, vanilla,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of like maybe baking spices or something.
I'm getting like the creamy, like a creamy.
Oh yeah.
Vanilla or caramel.
Oh yeah.
You like it?
Wow. I don't know. I think they had to leave, so they were here, but I think they left. But I'm not sure, PJ, when they're going to be back. They're there all the time. So this.
Oh.
Man, that's so sweet.
Sweet and smooth.
And then it gets a little spicy.
A little, I was going to say a little warm.
Warm, but it's a spice warmness to me. It's not like a heat.
No, I just say, like a warm spice to me. Not hot. Still smooth.
Wow. That's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. I got to think about this one. I don't want to overscore it. And I don't want to underscore it. I'm just looking through.
Yeah, so on the nose, it's more creamy, vanilla, caramel. When I drink it, I get the sweetnesses from those, not necessarily the full flavor of like a vanilla or caramel. But it's like you said, to me, a warm spice. But I still get the creamy, the kind of creaminess.
Yeah.
It's quite delicious, actually.
It is. It is. And I'm going to have to say this is. And
there's Daniel Stroh. How are you, sir? Welcome in. If
I'm going to score this.
See you before, sorry.
I don't want to be too high and don't want to be too low. It's like a 88.
Ooh.
It's an 88.
That's good.
Is that too high?
No.
It's
not
so
in my
good.
opinion, it's not.
I got to have another pour. Of course, also, I think if you let this, look at that, second pop, still pretty good. It's been sitting there. This one, if you leave open, you're probably going to get a little bit more, even something you may come back to.
Bill wants to know that he sees that some drink whiskey with Coke. Is that legit or a sin?
No. Well, the Elmer T. Lee, the distiller, Elmer T. Lee, he has been noted to say, the first video I ever watched, he said he'd drink it with ginger ale. His own Elmer T. Lee. And then the second video I saw, he said he would drink it with Sprite. So he liked something like a little bit not dark as Coke, but I guess he liked that, carbonation of Sprite or ginger ale. So, and then, with Jack Daniels and Coke, I mean, that to me, Jack Daniels by itself, I'm never going to sip that just have Jack Daniels on neat. But if you put it on a Coke, for some reason, that's really good. I don't know why. Or Buffalo Trace with the Coke is even better. So it's just however you like it. I mean, some people want to drink it on a rocks. I don't, but just depends. Now, I think with this Rock Hill Farms, I think you're missing out if you just don't learn to sip it neat.
Yeah. I just don't think you can, and just from me learning about bourbon, I don't think you can get the full taste or the full flavors from anything that you're trying unless you try it neat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you do that and you know you like it and you want something else with it, then, but if you're trying it for the first time, I'd say give it a shot, just neat.
And PJ said, I need something comparable to Buffalo Trace. Well, this is going to be way more expensive.
Yeah.
Unless you can find it cheap. And I think they found it. Derek and Cindy found it with a really good price, maybe $50 or something. You're not going to find that in Virginia like that. This is comparable, but it's also a lot more spiciness. There's more of that rye spice than you'll ever get on Buffalo Trace. So something I'll tell you, like a Remus, a Remus, just a regular George Remus, to me compares a lot to Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
So Daniel Strauss had 86. Okay. 80. They're trying to get. They were trying to guess what I scored it. The pop is a 96. That's right, Daniel. Right. That's right.
He scored it in 88.
How did y'all know I went up that? That's pretty good. I gave it an 88, so that was pretty close. You guys were guessing.
PJ guessed 88.
That was,
or said 88.
Yeah. Is that what I gave it? Or did he guess that? He guessed the 88.
And Bill said, don't laugh. He drinks Scotch and Coke. That's completely fine.
What was that?
Bill said not to laugh because he drinks Scotch and Coke.
Really? Scotch and Coke. Wow.
No.
That's pretty cool. Hey.
Heck, yeah.
To each his own.
If you like that, that is wonderful.
Yeah, because that would almost be like a smoked old fashioned if you got something that was really smoky.
Yeah.
like something like a Ardbeg Scorch.
Yeah. Now I've tried not very often, but I've tried ginger ale with some bourbons. Just a few sips here and there. Never like many times. And I would rather, if I'm going to mix it with something, I kind of like something like a lighter drink, maybe a ginger ale or a 7-Up, as opposed to Coke or Diet Coke. And I drink Diet Coke all the time. I mean, that's my go-to soda, if you will.
And PJ says he's fallen in love with a 1/4 ounce of caramel salted syrup with Buffalo Trace. That's pretty interesting. John Shank says PJ Slice Small Batch or Bowman Brothers are probably the Bowman Brothers. Some of that's close to Buffalo Trace for sure because it's the same distillery, probably pretty close to the mash bill. We can feel you as you talk about the bourbons and whiskey. Plus, I saw your Buffalo Trace at 91, so I went. And the reason I ranked Buffalo Trace so high mostly is because it's $28 or $30. I mean,
it's a superior bourbon for that price.
I mean, it's like, geez.
Yeah.
Go ahead and find something else that's $30 isn't that good.
That's hard.
You let me know if you whatever you think. So some people to each his own. But anyway.
Right.
All right. Now that is
really, really good, guys.
Pretty good.
Thank you
pretty
again,
darn
Cindy
good.
And Derek.
And
you are the bomb.
So
we love you guys.
Now here's another bottle, and we'll let them vote between these two. This is one that's kind of been on my list, but the one that's really been on my list, so I guess I can't quit hunting yet, is I got to get the Gem of Kentucky. Well, there's a couple Redwood Empire, which I passed up, and Bill said, here.
There's still a few here.
I still have that $100, Bill, that you Cash-App so I can get that other Redwood Empire. But this is the 2XO, which means 2 times oak, or 2 big kiss, little hug, 2XO. 2 kisses and 1 hug. American Oak. Yeah, did we bring this old weather back? I guess we did.
Well, no, because we got back kind of at the end of last weekend, and it was really nice Monday,
For a few
Tuesday,
days,
Wednesday.
Yeah, but
Thursday.
it followed us back.
But
but when we were out there, we heard it was like 90 for a couple days. And I'm like, oh. Now, so the 2 we're going to vote on this time is, this is supposed to be pretty good. This is only like a $40 bottle. And I'm anxious to try this. 2XO American Oak. Let me get.
Scott said, big kiss, little hug.
Right. Nacho Libre.
Oh, anytime I think about that, I crack up.
And or Elijah Craig. So we got Elijah Craig or 2XO. You guys vote now.
What's next? Which will it be?
Nobody cares.
Give them a minute. They're contemplating. They're trying to decide.
2XO.
It's a hard decision.
Big kiss, little hug.
Kevin says Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig. Nobody's gonna vote for big kiss, little hug.
What Scott did. 2XO.
There you go.
Terry, 2XO.
So that's
John.
So
2XO.
does that count? 2XO it is.
3.
Yeah. Y'all are kicking Elijah Craig to the curb. And it's gonna be 2XO.
Daniel said Matthew has been talking about 2XO lately. Yep.
Yeah, I've got to get the Gem of Kentucky, but I thought I'm going to get this first. If I like it, then I'll go after the Gem of Kentucky, because the Gem of Kentucky is like $200.
Yeah, it's up there. Now, what did we see it for at the Party Source? $179.
Yeah,
that was the one place the cheapest that we'd seen it at any time, but. Yeah, well, so that store was pretty cool.
I'm going to have to.
And that was in.
Use Bill's knife, this buck knife that Bill gave me.
Is that Cincinnati? No.
Newport,
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Where we saw the Gem of Kentucky. That was $179.
I'm always happy to be able to use one of my knives. All right, so it's got a lot of black on this. Here we go. This one is going to go out to. I think Roger Randall was in here. We did a court pull to Terry. We did a court pull to Derek and Cindy. This one, Roger's still here. We're going to do a court pull to Roger Randall.
And Scott's here too.
Yep, and Scott. Yes. Here we go. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Not as good as that Rock Hill.
No. Rock Hill so far wins the cork pull for the night. So
this smells like.
But that was good.
Smells like New Riff. Just smell around the bottle a little bit. It reminds me of New Riff. We'll see if it tastes as good as New Riff.
It's hard for me to smell out of the bottle. I don't smell those good until they get in the glass or in the can. I don't think. Some of them I do, but most of the time it's just a ethanol thing.
I'm having mine pour out of the bourbon junkies glass.
I'm having mine
junkies. They're good.
Out of Brady's Distillery, which is a local distillery right down the road from us here in Roanoke, Virginia.
So 2XO. I better read about
Steve
it.
is the only one in here that knows that distillery.
Yeah, nobody knows. Their whiskey's not bad.
Yeah, I know. It's young, but it's not bad.
All right, this is produced and bottled in Louisville, Kentucky. It said, what's that?
Hang on, Scott said he's
that's
going
right.
to taste his 2XO along with us for the first time tonight. Awesome.
Cool. I should have done the court. I remember him telling me that he picked one up.
Yeah.
And so it's 46% alcohol. That's right. I remember that now. See, I'm old, Scott. Can't remember what I did 5 minutes
That's okay.
ago.
When we do get the gem of Kentucky, that one is set aside just for Scott.
This was talking about notes on here. I hate when they do that. Blends notes of vanilla and caramel arise from the secondary addition of highly charred white oak introduced toward the end of maturation. These sweeter flavors create a complex balance with the spice notes for the rye in the mash bill. Okay. So we're going to try you do get like your traditional caramel and vanilla, but I can smell the oakiness on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
And just a little tad of smokiness, but not like a scotch or anything, but just a little tad.
I guess for me, kind of the first thing, even when I sort of tried to sniff it out of the bottle, which wasn't great for me, is a little bit of the wood, the oak.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you got that oakiness right there, but I get oakiness, I get the caramel, I get vanilla. Going
See
down.
how the taste is. Cheers, guys.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. That's a really short finish, though. What was the mash bill? Now I'm getting like some either molasses or something. So it's 46% alcohol.
I got the oakiness in the taste.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I did too.
Now maybe
in the end,
maybe there is some vanilla kind of hidden in there for me, but very light. It comes out as I sit here and taste it on my tongue. Just
yeah. I get a lot of oakiness, a lot of rye spice at the end. It just comes out like I get the caramel and vanilla like right up there, but it's not for very long, and then all of a sudden the wood takes over and the spice takes over. Oh yeah. A lot of oakiness, a little bitterness on the end. Easy sipper, short finish though. I don't know. I'd like to hear what Scott thinks.
Yeah, what do you think, Scott?
Because he's trying it with us.
The most thing for me is the oaky.
Any other notes that you get, Scott, that we're not getting? And we thought about in the past, like telling y'all in advance, hey, we're going to try these bottles, and then y'all can taste them with us. I like this a lot.
I do too. I like it.
For a $40 bottle, which, I've seen it as 40 or 50. He says he gets sweet in the front and then spice at the end. Yeah. What about the oakiness, the little tinge of bitterness, I guess, that you get off that oak too? That's an easy sipper. Man, I bet you could add some food with this.
Mm-hmm.
That would tamper down. Yeah, that would go with like maybe some kind of like little bread or something.
Or a vanilla wafer.
Yeah.
That might bring out more of the vanilla that the bottle is talking about, they say.
That's what I say. You get that sweetness and then the oakiness and rye spice come in. So that's it.
To me, I get like I said, little tiny hints of vanilla in the oak. Does that make sense?
It makes sense if it makes sense to you.
It makes sense to me.
She's eating on a piece of wood.
Maybe a vanilla wafer.
Now you're sounding like Alyssa when she was describing that. Which one she was? Oh, the Knob Creek 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but and Matt Marshall was looking at her like, I'm not really getting that. But hey.
Oh, they were talking about banana pudding. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. No, that was a different one. But hey, and they say women have better nose and palates.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know. Yeah, the spice does linger. You're right. It's still lingering with me, and a little bit of bitterness too.
They're laughing at us.
But I don't. If somebody told me that they got something else from this and they tried it, of course you can.
It would not surprise me.
You can get all kind of different notes.
Because I just went in for like my third sip, and I'm like, it's pretty steady, the same for me. The most of what I'm getting is kind of just more, mostly oak.
Yeah. So Derek and Cindy, thank y'all for that bottle I got with like the Patreon money.
Mm-hmm, that was on the bourbon hunt.
But the other stuff, again, thanks Derek and Cindy for all. And they also got me this, but we're not going to try this because I don't want to destroy my taste buds. She said I need some Kessler because I was in the store and I said, I never tried Kessler. I was looking at it and she goes, and they messaged me and says, you don't want to try it. And then she picked me up a bottle.
That was so funny when they handed that to him. I laughed.
Yeah. So Bill,
hilarious.
You were talking about Coke. I would pour the Coke all over this.
I don't know. We haven't tried it yet.
Then we may not ever.
That's kind of like the Kinos or Christina and Anthony's sneaking in Malort on us. Now Cindy and Derek sneaking in Kessler on us.
Yeah. And Marshall or Alyssa says, it's crazy how different everyone's palate can be.
It really is.
Yeah. And then it says that Penelope was definitely vanilla wafer and banana pudding.
That is, yes. Wow. Yeah. Oh, yes. That was
Kessler or Malort.
I was trying to remember what it was, but yes.
I would probably I haven't even tried Kessler.
Yeah, we have not tried the Kessler yet. So.
It may not. Now, here's something cool that we picked up in Kansas.
Yeah.
Just after going to the statue of Wild Bill Hickok in Hays, Kansas. And I picked this up because I'm not a huge Jim Beam fan or anything like that. But this bottle caught my eye. And I've had Jim Beam Black, and it's okay. But this bottle's cool. Look at this.
And the store clerk was like, she
said
told us
just
it came out that they had just gotten it.
Look at that. That is cool.
So has anybody else seen this on the shelf? And if so, have you picked up one? Have you even seen it?
So we're going to do this, the Jim Beam Black or the Liza Craig 18. Man, I'm only going to do like one more and then I'm out of here.
John says,
Yeah.
the 7-year.
You have a hitter there. Haven't seen one yet. I know that. I hadn't seen it in Virginia, so I thought I better pick that sucker up.
Oh gosh.
That's because
okay, so John says Jim Beam.
Jim Beam 7.
Scott says Jim Beam.
Jim Beam Black. We're going with that.
Kevin says he saw the new Beam at Delville ABC. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Well, we'll let you know if it's worth picking up then.
Nice.
Jim Beam 7.
Well, Jim Beam has it. Boy, that Elijah Craig just keeps it. I think they just want us to save that for like a moment.
Maybe. And also, this Jim Beam Black is only $25.
Yeah.
So you can't beat that.
So inexpensive.
Cannot beat it. Well, this doesn't have a cork. So we're just going to do this one for
Scott this time.
Well, well, Kia-Belle's not here, so we're going to do it for her. And it's just a screw top.
She'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
She may be here because she watches. She's kind of like our guardian angel.
No
She don't say a whole lot, but she usually lurks around just to keep everybody in check.
It smells like plastic.
So it would not surprise me if she's here. Kia-Belle, are you here? Well, I'm gonna.
He said, I scored a JD Sinatra. Whoa. At the ABC store in Yorktown. I've seen a few of those. They're usually out of my reach. Yeah, exactly. Jim Beam needs to get some corks for sure. They do have a nice glug, 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 though. You hear that? Listen. And most of it went in the glass. Smells pretty good.
I don't know. Do better Jim Beams get corks?
No, he's saying.
Oh, get corks. Oh, I
thought he's saying do better Jim Beam get corks.
Yeah.
Or is there better Jim Beam to have a cork?
I think you're right.
Okay.
You can clarify, Scott, if I'm not correct.
I get not much of nothing off the nose. A little ethanol. I can't.
Reminds me of cruising around.
Old Fitzgerald 19 year while filming our hunt video is $1,500, no
we
doubt.
used to drink Jim Beam and pour it in our drinks. And then ride around.
I've heard that the sweetness goes from the front to the finish on the JB7. Nose is weak from what I've heard. What? Yeah. Well, okay. Don't tell me.
Okay. Well, but that's like, that's
I'm trying to. I'm real seriously cannot get anything but alcohol, but that's just me.
Front finish on the nose is weak from what I've heard. Okay.
Maybe there's a little tiny bit of something sweet in there. Maybe like a honey or something.
I'm smelling a little bit of sweetness. But...
yeah, like a little bit of honey. All right.
I might be getting a little bit of...
or syrup, maybe.
Even kind of a vanilla scent.
Wow. That's pretty darn good. I mean, it's way more than I expected. Now I'm getting like real bitterness like in the back. I know Jim Beam's famous for nutty taste. A lot of people say, but it's not that nutty to me. It's just unless it's the bitterness that's the nuts. I don't know.
It's not bad. I mean, I kind of like it. Not kind of, but
wow. That's like I'm getting like some really good like brown sugar, but now the bitterness on the second sip came out a little bit quicker. What?
Mr. Coleman.
Bill.
Bill, you're just always too generous.
Now, I showed so many, I don't know which one. So that's crazy.
So, what would you say the strongest? I mean, there's a couple. There's a few flavors there.
I do get some nuttiness on this a little bit, which I'm not a big fan of.
I do get,
but it's
bitter,
sweeter.
But I don't know if that's a nutty, but yeah, some bitterness.
Okay, it's 90 proof.
But I do get sweetness too, which I like, and sometimes that balances the bitter out for me and makes the bitterness better. Does that make sense?
I guess, if you want it to.
He is not like helping me tonight.
I just think it's a little sweet, pretty sweet. Then it ends with bitter and nuttiness.
And Kevin definitely would be a good mixer, I think. In my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah, definitely. I didn't see Kevin said something. Good. Yeah, I would definitely say. I mean, I prefer some other ones because I don't want that nutty taste.
I don't think you would get that as much in using it as a mixer. You might.
It might, yeah. But I mean, it's worth a shot.
I think that would mellow out the nuttiness. But I see what you're saying. After my second sip there, I can get kind of bitter nutty.
What do you expect, Tina? He's a man. For $25, guys, I'm serious. Like,
it's worth
seriously, if you're just was going to start out drinking bourbon and you wanted to try, that would probably be a pretty decent one to start out with. And then you can move up to something like a Buffalo Trace, and then which is actually the same kind of proof, but it just has a whole lot more flavors to me. And then you can move on up. But that's not, I mean, it's not. I'm going to score this a 73. No, 72. 72. I mean, it's good. It's something that I could see myself coming in after working out on the storage building and maybe having a sip. But then again, I got a whole lot of other bottles that I'd probably choose from first. So I don't know, but it's not bad. Yeah, I'd give it a
$25.
For $25, it's excellent for $25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's a lot of $40, $50, $60 bourbons that aren't this good. I mean, that's just a fact.
All right, Bill. Bill says he loves us both, but he's always going to side with Tina.
That's right, Bill. Because Bill's my bud.
Oh, my gosh. That's just not right.
Bill's my bud. You should also have a value score based on the price. A, B, C. A is the best value for the money. That's a good idea, Kevin.
That's
Yes.
a good idea.
Yes.
I need Kevin to be my marketing director.
Can you be Walt's manager? Because I don't do a good job.
But I think I've had enough tonight. I can't drink anymore. No, because I haven't drank much at all. And guys, I'll go a long time between having, like, it'll go weeks. Sometimes I don't have a sip of anything.
I think I even outdrank him at the oh, you didn't show him the bottle that we got.
Oh yeah,
Deadwood.
Yeah. Guys, we got. Well, let me finish up showing you what else we got on the trip. I think I showed you everything Derek and Cindy gave us. Then I picked up, and I showed you this. We picked up this. So that'll be the next live.
Marshall said he was sipping on, I believe.
Yeah. This is a find. Let me know if you've seen this. We got I did a video. This is kind of a sad story because I did a bourbon hunt in Sturgis, and we picked up this bottle, and they let us do a tasting. We did a tasting in the store, and then we decided to get this bottle, and then I deleted all the footage accidentally. I was stupid. So,
yeah, we did.
But this is a Bullet 12-year rye. I'm really excited about trying that next time. So a Bullet 12-year rye. Then you may have seen the video, and I picked up Hard Truth. I'm anxious to try this. I've not tried it. I heard a lot of people talk about it and said they thought they liked it. So I can't wait to try that. And then we did, if you watched the video, we did a tasting in Deadwood of Black Fork Farms. And they have this one whiskey's called what's it called? West River whiskey. West River bourbon.
Whiskey River.
Is that what it's called?
I think
it's West River. West River.
Was Cindy or Derek in here? They'll know.
And anyway, so I picked this. This is a black. What, Tina?
It's on the bottle.
No, this is Black Fork Farms bourbon. So, this was really cool. They have an estate distillery just like Frey Ranch does in Nevada, and this is South Dakota distillery, and this is actually pretty good. This is a weeded bourbon, and we tried them all. There was one that we liked a little more. I think the cask strength, but they wanted 120 for that. So I'm like, I just don't want to do that much.
Right.
But it was good. And then this was only 65, I think. So we got this. So that was it. I mean, that's a bunch of bottles. We talked about a bunch of bottles. And
Steve said they tried the 12-year Bullet Rye at the Cigar Club. It was a great pour.
Bailey's has a demolition permit that expires in October or November. Bally's. They would have to go back to the county if they don't do it by then. Land needs to be flat by April 1st for stadium construction.
They're talking about the Tropicana.
No.
PJS.
Yeah.
Kevin.
And John Shanks has Ben Holiday Weeder. Great. I did pick up the 12-year rye from Bullet. I got to stop buying bottles. So I hear you, John. I hear you. And he was still talking about the Tropicana thing. And then Halloween takedown of the Tropicana. That'll be something to see.
Yeah, that would be cool to see.
Sad and something.
Yeah.
So we've been getting told that the Hard Truth is something we should get. So I'm interested in eventually hearing your thoughts on it. Yeah, we'll do that in a week or two.
Yeah.
Or 3. Because we can't. Preakness is next weekend. And then the weekend after that, I got something going on. But we'll figure something out. We did a tasting at the Cigar Club, had the 12-year Bullet Rye. Cool. And he says a great pour. Good. Good to hear.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So shorter than usual, but we're going to cut it short tonight. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for all your support. The bottles you've given me, the Patreon membership, the YouTube membership.
Absolutely.
The Cash-Apps that keep coming in. Everything y'all do is just awesome.
Yeah.
And
we are so grateful and appreciative. Thank you.
So
everyone, this is always so much fun. And I hope you guys can relax when we do this. Because that's what we do it for. Just to have fun, laughs, try good bourbon.
All right, I'll check my emails. Marshall, there's Roger, good night. And Kevin, thanks for coming in. It's always good to see you. Such a good guy.
Good to see you.
Guys, if y'all need to go, there's so many YouTubers in here. Straight Up Sips, Vegas Visual. I'm going to probably leave somebody out. PJ Slots
and Entertainment.
Who else? Probably others we haven't seen. Major Zero just got to 5,000. He hadn't come in tonight, but we support him. He does good.
Yep. And guys, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up for us.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you're all subscribed. But if anyone watches this and isn't subscribed and you like what we do here and want to have a good time and join us, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to throw that thumbs up and hit your notification bell.
Thank you, honey.
There's Kia-Belle.
Hey, Kia. Yeah, no story time tonight. I'm sorry. We'll do it next time.
You were probably lurking.
So we got Kia the Screw Top, since we didn't know he's here.
Right.
So anyway, thank y'all so much for coming in. We love you all. And we're going to say goodnight. So always keep it squatchy.
Bye. Thank you.